Hello everyone, FunJohnX here. Welcome back to another episode of Scrap Mechanic. Today I've built another plane. Unfortunately, it's too heavy to fly, and I haven't put any flight controls on it at all. However, I have added one feature that will keep this from going straight to the junkyard. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's say we're flying along or driving along, and there's an enemy in our sight, so we want to take him out. Well, normally in Scrap Mechanics, you could build maybe a catapult and throw something at him, or you just turn on your missiles and shoot him. Fox 2. Fox 3. Oh, that was a good one. That's right. We have rocket-powered missiles in Scrap Mechanics. This is wireless. I'm going to set it up one more time and show you guys exactly what it's all about. Okay, guys, we are back. Everything is loaded and ready to go. Now, I'm going to show you the schematic, the wiring schematic right now, but I'm not going to show you how to do this. Technically, it's a bug slash glitch, just like the suspension glitch. And I hesitated, do I share it or not? Because there's a lot of people on Reddit that say they want the suspension glitch gone and it's horrible for the game and it needs to be fixed. I'm like, it doesn't harm the game, doesn't create lag, doesn't crash the game. Why take it out? I mean, it just adds creativity, you know, option for creativity. So I am like, should I share this one? But it's easy enough to figure out once you know how to look for it, that other people are just going to figure it out, and I'd rather have your guys' views than they get them. So I'm going to show you how to do it just at the end of the video here. But if you look, we'll go ahead and step out and get our wiring diagram up, and you'll see that I've got my buttons here. Each are wired to a missile. Now the thing about this missile here is it's not wired to anything else. And I can prove that, but well, by firing it. They are not attached. They are free floating, but they're still hooked to those buttons. So that's why we call it wireless, and they are free to fly. Now normally if you built this, let's just show why this is important. Let's put a rocket here on this side maybe, and a button, and then wire it, and then try and create something wireless just by maybe doing this. Now if I look at it now, it's not wired anymore. The button does nothing. So that is definitely not how you do this glitch. You can't just disconnect it. I figured this one out. There's actually a guy that figured out this for me. Two people actually that figured out it for me. One of the guys' name is Brent. He's got a YouTube channel, but he didn't show how to do it, so I just had to figure it out. And while I was taking apart my tank and trying to make it better, I stumbled upon it. So let's go ahead and fire them one more time, and we'll see that if I hit the number 1 button, that's wired to the innermost missiles. We can shoot them out. They'll go flying off to space. And I can actually turn them off, which is awesome. You ever had one of those creations where you accidentally jump out of it and the rockets are still on? If you had this wireless glitch, you could turn it off and it would fall back to Earth. So let's go ahead and fire number 2. Woo! That was a good one. That one almost made it hit the water tower. All right, and lastly, number 3. Sweet. Now I can get out of this and get my wiring tool back, and you can see they're still wired all the way across the map. So if I need to go find them, this would be a good way to go see where the heck the missiles landed. But I also want to make sure understand one point, that once you set this wireless glitch up, if you make any modifications to your ship, such as adding a block, it's all gone. Nothing else. It's not wired anymore to the missiles. So this only works once. You can use it however your purpose. But once you modify the ship that has the controls on it, or that it's wired to, that erases. So you could call it a bud or an update detector, something like that, where as soon as the ship grid updates, if they're adding a block, removing a block. Also, if you unload the world and load the world again, it also unloads the wireless. So that's a big bummer. But yeah, that's not a big deal. So I want to show one more application. What we're going to need to do here, I'll build it live, and this is how I'll actually show you guys how to do the glitch, is let's go ahead and build just a really quick, stupid little car. All it's going to do is drive forward. And we'll go ahead and put those on there and get some wheels. Let's get some big ones. Not gonna need you. All right. Got some of those. We've got... should we put some rockets on it? No, let's do an engine-powered one. Just to show that it works with engines too, not just that. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it off of the thing. That's critical. And I'm going to put a block. Then I'm going to put a bearing. Then I'm going to put another block and another bearing. And then I can do whatever I want. So I'll just have a little platform here. Let's bring it out like this and then like this. And on here, I'm going to go ahead and set a chair. All right, and now this is all wired. It can be fine. You know, normally you can do this. It's no big deal. Let's turn our engine up a little bit. And, you know, I could drive this thing. Oh, I got to fix the wheels. All right. All right, so this is how we want to set up wireless. What if I want to drive this car, but I don't want to move with it? All you have to do is remove the block that's in between the two rotors without touching the rotors themselves. We've now severed the link between the two machines, however the wire is still attached, so I can now sit in this chair and drive the car. And if I, made an actual car, made an actual steering wheel, steering system or that kind of stuff, it would steer, it would drive, I could turn the rockets on, I could flip buttons, whatever I wired to this chair would always be wired. But remember, as soon as I did something such as add a block, I no longer have control of it. It's just going wild now because there's nothing touching that engine. Let's see if we can grab him really quick as he comes flying by. Got him. And so if you do something like that, you accidentally add a block or remove a block, or if you happen to log out of the world and log back in, you just do the same thing. Put a bearing, a block, and a bearing. That's the only connection you have. Something to do with the game. It doesn't, when you delete a block that's in between two bearings, it doesn't separate the ships, even though their geometry is separated. Their wiring is not. And then we can put something on here again. We can put maybe a rocket and have the button on this side. Let's go ahead and wire that up to there, the button up to the rocket. And then we'll go ahead and sever the link again. I can drive in here. Oops, I never wired. Oh, this is probably going to break it. I haven't tested this actually, so let's see. Are they still wired? Oh, they're not wired. Interesting. I don't know what happened there. Okay, guys, I figured out what the issue was. Is I had left it on the thing. So this glitch will not work if your system is on the on a lift. Make sure you take the lift off first. So now I've got it wired up, the button to the rocket, the engine to the steering wheel again. I can delete that block. They're now separate, but still wired. So I can come in here. Okay, this was the big check. If I wire something, is it gonna erase this system? Nope, it does. Okay, so you can still wire things up. So could I wire this bearing? I can. Okay, so you can add wires if you need to. Still, even though they're separate, you just can't add or remove blocks. Let's get in the chair, even though it's kind of fallen over here. And now we can put that rocket on, and we can drive it. Nice. Much more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I was going to say much more stable because it's got some downforce now, but there we go. And if it ever comes back to us, I can turn the rocket on, and that little bearing that was on the back I can turn with the steering wheel. So, guys, that's the wireless glitch. I'm interested to see all the things that you guys can create with it. Obviously, we can control rockets now to make them into missiles. We can have RC cars. We could have RC planes and RC hovercraft. And, I don't know, you could have a truck and a trailer where you could still control the trailer, even though maybe it's separate. Yeah, as long as you don't modify your design after you build it and after you actually separate the two pieces, you can pretty much do anything wireless. I would love if they would just remove the restriction of wiring things. Obviously, the game supports things being wireless, so why have that restriction in place at all? Why not just allow me to say that tire should be able to connect to that thing? So hopefully maybe they add that in the future. If they ever decide to fix this glitch, maybe they just, instead of fixing it, they just allow wireless anything. That's what I'll push for, and hopefully you guys can too in the forums. I'll make sure this video is on Reddit. Go ahead and upvote it so other people can see it and start building with the stuff. And shout out to Brent on YouTube, who initially pointed me in the right direction, and then through trial and error we found it ourselves. If you guys like this, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel to see more Scrap Mechanic. I'll have some Space Engineers out soon. I've been dealing with a lot of crashes and world issues, but I think I've got everything fixed away. And I'll see you guys next episode. Catch you later. Bye.